Hi, this is Russ Weekland for Red Carpet Report. Stay here with me for some great D23 interviews with many of the casts of all the Disney shows. What's the most heroic thing you have ever done?
Oh gosh. I used to rewind all my VHS tapes before returning them to the store. It's pretty heroic, you know, it takes a hero.
No one does that.
No, I know. No one out there even knows what a VHS tape is anymore.
They should, though.
I know, thank you. You and me, Russ, we know what's going on.
Now, obviously, in animation, you can take your character and the show anywhere. What would you like to see the show progress into that you may have not experienced yet?
I think musical numbers would be great. Cap doing jazzy hands, I think we've never really explored that. No, I don't know. I mean, honestly, that's something I couldn't even begin to attempt to consider. There's way more talented people out there that are coming up with the concepts of the shows and where they can take these characters, and that is beyond me. I'm happy enough to just kind of go in and bark in front of a microphone for 4 hours. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, really, that's the greatest thing about animation is the sky's the limit. I mean, they could take it anywhere they want.
Now, would speaking of singing, would Captain America's go-to karaoke song be Neil Diamond or?
I think Bruce Springsteen, probably. Don't you think? I mean, he's Americana. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Born in the USA, right? I mean, that's where you got to go.
Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
I don't know if he'd sing it quite as well as Bruce, but you know, who could? Who could? Right, Russ? Come on.
Now, obviously, this is such an iconic character that's been played on film. It's in comic books. It's you. What do you bring that wasn't there before?
You know what? I can't take any credit for it. I mean, honestly, the writers, the animators, the producers, and I work it's a collaborative effort along the way. I work very closely with Colette Sonnerman, the director on Marvel's Avengers Assemble, to kind of come up with what version of Cap do we want to capture in this. And it's not up to me. I mean, I made the joke a while back that it's like, for my audition, I went, okay, Captain America, I'm going to choose to make him British and very effeminate, and we'll see if that's a good direction to go. No, you really do kind of work together with a lot of people to kind of say, all right, how about this? And you throw it against a wall and see if it sticks, and if it doesn't, they say, no, make him younger, make him older, not so square-jawed, that kind of thing. And the version that we came up with, we call Fists on Hips, where it's kind of that heroic sort of, he's the Captain America, but not so stiff that he's a stick in the mud and can't have fun, and that's where we kind of finesse it.
Now, how much improv is there, or is it strictly all the script?
You know what? Sometimes with original animation, you don't get too many opportunities to kind of ad-lib, but every now and then we come up with something, and it's good. But it's, you know, with a kids show, that kind of thing, there's only so many places you can go, and sometimes it's a little too fast, or you know. So we don't have a ton of leeway with it, but we definitely take some liberties here and there, and thankfully that's the dynamic of working together as a cast and recording like a giant radio play. All of us get along so well, and we're such goofballs. Oh, yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like work, and if anything, the work is on poor Colette, who has to try to wrangle us and get us to settle down.
And I would imagine that chemistry helps when you're all in the booth, because just like if you hated each other, then it would ruin the voice. It's almost
absolutely. It creates a sort of weird intangible energy that I think just kind of comes through, and it's hard to say whether or not it really makes all that difference, all that much of a difference, but I certainly think it does, because we're there getting to kind of feed off of one another. And thankfully, with Marvel's Avengers Assemble, they've got this dynamic with all the characters they're trying to portray, and we all are there naturally. We're all ripping on each other and making jokes and doing stupid stuff between takes and trying to, you know, get each other to screw up, and it's a ton of fun. And that hopefully kind of comes through. Maybe it's not always intentional, but hopefully it comes through in what they get to finally see when it's animated.
And finally, is it kind of like a comedian where, like, when you're with family members, are they like, do the voice or do some voices kind of thing, or they kind of let you be?
No, if anything, I think they just get tired of hearing me do voices, because my brother was telling me the other day, he says, it's so funny to see you at work now doing what you do day in and day out, and I grew up hearing you just as a little kid making weird sounds and voices, and it's, you know, the joke is always, we do for a living now what we got in trouble for in high school and junior high, you know, and it's the truth. I mean, no, if anything, they get tired of hearing me do the voice. They're like, yeah, we get it, we hear it all the time.
They're over it.
Yeah, which is a nice thing to have, I guess.
Well, I'm not over it.
Oh, cool, thank you, Russ, thanks very much.
And like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want. I don't care.